Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. And it's a late night edition. It's 7 p.m. at the time of this video taping right now. We are live. Thank you guys for joining me. We're talking about something that I haven't really talked much about on this channel. I've talked about the Try Guys a lot on this channel before and what inspirations they've been to me, but not under this context. For those of you guys who've been living under a wee bit of a rock, one of the four main members of the Try Guys, Ned, was found having an affair. He was cheating on his wife, and he was caught by fans. And the person that he was having an affair with was an employee of the Try Guys. That's what happened. That broke news about a week ago. The internet exploded over it. And then tonight, the three remaining Try Guys put out a video about this situation. I don't mean to say it so matter-of-factly and lightly, because there are real people who are at stake here, as the Try Guys put out in their video. You know, not only Ned's family, because he has an entire family, but also the Try Guys who have worked their fucking asses off to get where they are, and also, of course, the fans and the girl, the woman who he had an affair with, and the employees of the Try Guys, who I'm sure that this is gravely affecting their job right now. So there's a lot of people involved. I'm just trying to get the story out because I'm sure most of you guys know what I'm talking about. I just wanted those of you who are not aware to be aware of the situation. Really wild, because this is something that I've been speaking about on this show and Live with Roxy on Call-In and over at the World Girls, about how this is happening more and more recently, and what the fuck are companies supposed to do about it? What are you supposed to do if you are a company and you are in this position? I am glad to see that the Try Guys, the three remaining Try Guys, put out this video. I think that they did an excellent job with their video. I'm sure you guys think that too, because they really addressed as much as they could possibly address. And if you didn't see the video, I'm going to go through what that was. And I could just feel, I earlier on said to you guys, when you had asked me, do you think that the Try Guys knew? I said, I'm not even sure that we know what fully happened, because based on everything we're seeing on Reddit, this wasn't the only girl. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. And if they are as close as me, Dorina, and Steph are, the World Girls, I can't imagine not knowing something about them, is what I had said to you. It feels so weird. But based on this video, I think it's very, very apparent that they were fucking blindsided. I think they were extremely blindsided. So we're going to talk about that today. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Let me know your thoughts. This is not just a one-person show. You guys are here. I want to know what you think about the Try Guys putting out this video. So Joker says, hey, Roxy, love you. I appreciate that. I know things like this can be difficult to talk about as well, because our own bias come into it, our own backstories. But I do want to know from you guys, because let me get into the video first. Let me tell you guys what happened in the video. For those of you guys who didn't watch the video, it is the three of them sitting there talking direct to camera. I don't know whether or not part of it was teleprompted. I don't mean the actual words they said, but it did seem like they had an exact order. You speak now, you speak on this, you speak on this. And I thought that that was smart, because otherwise you let your emotions play too much into it. You are here to get a job done. That job is to inform the fans of what the fuck happened, so that they can stop speculating and guessing. There have been different statements that were released on social media, but you are here to tell the fans what happened, and you have to get that done first and foremost. And obviously there's a lot of emotions that go into that. I thought that Eugene at one point was going to get up and like put a fucking hole in something. Not really. He doesn't have anger management issues, but he just seemed fucking furious. He seemed furious. Zach looked like he was about to start bawling. Keith was able to keep it mostly together, but all of them just looked like shit had hit the fan, and they did not know even how to address the shit that was flying everywhere. Jorge says Eugene was the definition of if looks could kill. I completely agree. He seemed pissed. If this man knew what was going on, which I really believe he didn't, then he's the best actor on the planet, because the way he looked was like, this man has fucked up my world right now. So essentially they come out and they give a little bit of a timeline. Over Labor Day weekend, they were informed by fans that Ned and an employee were engaging in romantic behavior and sexual conduct, misconduct, or I forget the exact word that he used, but a relationship with each other. Now we know that Ned has deemed himself to be this like family guy. He's got a family, wife, kids. He's got the whole shebang, and he's like always Mr. Wife, right? That's like his personality on the show. And he's now the hard part about this is that how can you trust anything about him if that's what he has defined his whole personality around, and that was a lie. That entire thing was a lie. So that's very difficult. They said on Labor Day weekend they were informed of this. They had no idea. They said all three of them said that they were unaware of this until the fans informed them. Immediately they hired all the people that you need to, the lawyers, the PR, the HR. They were going through all of the proper courses to figure out what was actually going on here. In the meantime, they were keeping quiet about it because they were under an investigation. There's still certain things that they can't talk to us about because of legal issues, which I completely understand. And that puts their backs against the wall because it puts them in an awkward position. They want to be upfront and honest with the fans, as I've wanted to be in the past in certain jobs that I have either left or had situations at, but I am not legally allowed to. And I've been in that situation many times. And really, what you want to do is scream, "This is what this fucker did." But instead, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself and not go down with the ship. So they said it was a 3-week process. And on September 16th, they signed written consent to remove Ned as a member of the Try Guys. The other three did. They also said that in the coming weeks, there's going to be some weird things that are going down. They have sponsored videos that are coming out that's just going to be weird. I don't know exactly what they're referring to, but it might be based on subject matter that we find it strange. They also talked about that they're trying to cut him out of everything that they've edited, and that there's some videos that just straight up will be not releasable. This has happened to me in the past before where I've worked really hard on things and then those things have not been able to be released. It's expensive, it's time consuming, and you have to just fucking eat it. And that sucks. But they said that they were proud to be able to do it. And I felt the genuine, I felt that was super genuine from them saying certain videos we just can't fucking show. We can't fucking show. Jorge says Eugene is having such a hard time with this because he is real best friends with Ariel. He got along with her better than Ned. That's Ned's wife. I think also because there's so many layers to this. So just continuing with the video for a second, they also ask that people be kind to their employees and in general that women get so much more heat on the internet. That's absolutely true. And that they don't know exactly what's going to happen moving forward. They're going to continue to bring the content that we love and they're going to do the best they can. I think that's the best that they could speak about right now. And they also said that they couldn't talk about the details of the findings, which makes me think that there's probably more things that are even more going on here that we're aware of. Because what's challenging with this situation is that if Ned was simply unfaithful to his wife, okay, say that it was not with an employee, say he was having an affair, cheating on his wife. I don't know that that's against company policy for them. Who knows if that goes against their rules? Is it because it was with an employee, or is it because he's built this entire persona and that was a lie? Like, what was the final straw? What was the line? Or is it that it wasn't just with this one employee? Or is it that they deemed that to be not consensual, even though Ned's saying it was consensual because of the power dynamic? And how can you truly have a consensual relationship when that is the power dynamic in play? This is all speculation on my part. I don't know exactly what the final straw was, what the line was, because from what we are seeing, it seems as if there was no that everything was consensual and that this was just a really shitty thing to do. Shitty dudes cheat, shitty women cheat, shitty people cheat on their spouses all the time. We see this all the time. Most people who cheat on their spouses don't lose their job for it, but most people's job is not based on who they are as a human, right? Like this is not an actor or a singer. This is not somebody on Wall Street. This is a personality. You follow him based on his personality, and his personality is now proven to be a lie. So that is why, as fans, people get to speak up and say if they like somebody or not, when the whole reason you're paying them or subscribing to them or giving them your viewership or your time is based on this person and who they're saying that they are. And then if that's not who they are, then I understand why this company wouldn't want him to be a part of it. Also, yes, of course, a lot of the wives are very close. A lot of the Try Guys are close with the wives. It probably felt like a massive betrayal in general, and an even bigger betrayal because they didn't know. This is supposed to be your homie, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. If this was happening with my two girls, I would be shocked. I mean, just truly fucking shocked. Wouldn't know what to make of it. What do you guys make of all of this? What did you think of their video? What do you expect and hope to see from them from here? Do you think they handled this appropriately? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, super chat in. I want to get your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts on this situation. I'm guessing a lot of you guys are as big fan of Try Guys as I am, which I can speak about momentarily. Glenn says, hashtag Team Roxy, hello. And this is in the Streamlabs. Thank you, Glenn. Happy or whatever adjective works best for you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because no matter what day it is, Rockstar, it is still totally up to you to decide how you feel about it. And then he's thanking me and sending love to my entire family, which I appreciate. John Get Bent sent support, no message, but that support, and I feel it in my soul. Thank you, John. Glenn also said everyone who shows up to give their support whenever, however they can when it gets tough. Even if you're yourself, you're not alone. Everyone is battling. Keep fighting because you're a winner, chicken dinner. I appreciate you, Glenn, for this greatly. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, super chat in. If you watch the video, you can see on Eugene's face, and I know I've mentioned this, but if you really look at his face, at one point he starts speaking, he doesn't even know what to say. He pauses and like reroutes, because when you feel so wrong, so betrayed by somebody, we've all been there before, right? We've all been in that situation where we feel wrong or betrayed by somebody. Might be a coworker, might be a lover, might be a family member, anybody. But typically, you get to sit with that betrayal and it only affects you. You know, you're sitting in your room, you're upset, you're eating ice cream, you're crying about it, whatever. They have millions of fans to answer to here, or that they feel like they need to speak to here. So now he's angry. He's in a stage of grief and he has to fucking speak about it. And he's not even legally allowed to speak about portions of it. So, like at one point, Zach said, I think, he was like, probably you guys will never understand the pain that we are feeling right now, because likely we'll never even know the full extent of what had fucking happened here. And the conversations that are going on behind closed doors with the Try Guys right now, I'm sure are fucking intense. Like, they know what's gone down. They did a whole investigation. They know the ins and outs of the situation, and they have to speak to us and can't fully share everything that's happened. Number one, legally. Number two, I'm sure out of protection for people, because it's not like the only person involved in the situation is Ned. The woman that he was having the affair with is involved. His wife is involved. His family is involved. Every employee at the company, and all the speculation that's going around with the other women. Same thing that was happening with the fucking Ime Udoka situation with the Celtics. All the speculation of who Ime could have possibly been sleeping with on the Celtics, and every woman in the Celtics organization getting heat. I'm sure the same thing is happening with the Try Guys. Everybody deciding to be an armchair detective on this to figure every single thing out. The Reddit threads going crazy. Like, these guys probably feel so hurt, so betrayed. And on top of all of that, he's fucking with their bag, bro. And I know that that's not the most important part. The morals are the most important part, but this is their livelihood. I am so reliant on Darina and Steph, my two fellow world girls, for my livelihood, that if something happens to one of them, it not only affects me emotionally, but it affects me and my ability to survive. And I'm sure the Try Guys are worried. I actually think they don't have much to be worried about, because truthfully, if they could lose one person, it was Ned. I'm not doing that to throw shade, but I just don't feel like he brought that a huge different angle to the team. Like, I think that they'll be totally fine without him. I wonder if they do try to find a fourth, or if they do just continue as three, or what they end up doing from here. But I think that they're going to thrive. I think that they're honest with their fans as much as they can be, and they're coming forward and they're talking about it. And I don't think they're going to take a huge financial hit. If anything, I don't know how their finances work, but I bet they end up making fucking more money in the long run, which is amazing. But again, that's speculation. Who the hell knows? But he's still fucking with their bag in the short term. I'm sure that it's a huge workload that they're taking on, not just them, but their editors and everybody to get him out of shit. I'm sure they've filmed things months, if not a year in advance, all of their promos, all their sponsorship deals. They just shot a freaking TV show. Who knows what else was coming down the pipeline or what other deals they had. Now it's not just the Ned situation, it's that they are a spicy company now. Dealing with them means dealing with scandal. And I don't mean that as in I wouldn't deal with them, would cut off my arm to work with the Try Guys. I fucking love them. But I mean that people, sometimes corporations look differently at that. And they're like, it's a little much right now. Let's wait on it 6 months and see how this ends up. So he's fucking with their bag. He's fucking with their souls. And that's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot that they're dealing with. The end of the day, and by the way, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, super chat in. I want to hear your thoughts. At the end of the day, though, what's hard to navigate about this conversation is we don't know the full extent, but from what we know, from what's come out, what we think, he had one Ned had one consensual relationship that was with a employee of his, and therefore he was having an affair. Is that an offense that we deem unforgivable? Is there room for Ned to come back to the Try Guys? I know it's way too soon to have that conversation, but he did not, from what we know, it seems as if everything was above board consensualness, like that there was no assault situation taking place. Again, I don't know all the ins and outs. We might never know, but I feel fucking awful for Zach and for Keith and for Eugene. But I do wonder if there is room for redemption here. I also feel so fucking bad for Ned's wife. I wonder how she's taking this. Those photos were released the next day of them smiling and laughing, and everybody was like, how could she be okay with it? And it's like, oh my God, when I go through the hardest times of my life, I'm smiling and laughing. It's just a fucking nervous reaction. And also, you don't want the whole world looking at you in a different way. Yeah. What do you guys think? Streamlabs in, super chat in. Let me know your thoughts. Shout out to everybody who's in here right now. Chris, Jorge, Zeno, George, Manny, Jamal, Mike, Andrew, Della Common, Redford, Nick, to Ryan, Brandy, Austin, Brittany, Lundy. I always try to make sure that everybody I can feels seen and heard. Scott, Fernando, thank you guys all for being in here with me right now. Sky says definitely not unforgivable. And I think that's an interesting thing to say. I kind of feel you on that with the details that we've gotten at this point. We don't know what details are to come. There might be further details, which might change our opinion on the situation. Glenn says, I'm still kind of shocked by it all. I think that's another fair take. We don't have to be the ones to make the decisions. This is on the Try Guys. They've already made their choice that they have eliminated him from the company. I wonder what that looks like too. Is there a payout there? How does this all happen? Again, not ours to necessarily know, but I'm curious what information comes out in the weeks to come. And it is weird. It's a weird feeling watching their videos right now. And it's like, there does feel like a little bit of a hole, but it's definitely a fillable hole. No one is irreplaceable. I don't think in life, barely anybody, and certainly not Ned. Again, not trying to throw shade at him for that reason, but just like, he's not Eugene. Let's just put it that way. I fucking love Eugene. I think I would be Eugene in this situation because just like the fucking rage and pain on him, I usually don't get sad. I get mad. And sometimes I get sad, but like when you fuck with me and you fuck with your shit and it's just like you had it all, Ned. You had you were making so much fucking money. You had such a beautiful family. You had such great relationships, it seemed like, with these people. Like, why? So that you can get your rocks off? Why? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. I'm going to get out of here shortly. If y'all don't have any more thoughts on this, I'd love to hear from you so far. I will say I have such a gratitude towards the Try Guys because when I was laid off from Collider, so for those of you guys who don't know me and just came in because you're fans of the Try Guys, that makes sense. I have been working in the entertainment industry for 13 years. I hosted a morning show for Collider, a very reputable company in the space. And I had pitched them this big project that they had told me I was going to have a year to work, a year of job security essentially, and that they were going to back me on this project. I came into the office on January 2nd, and me and multiple other people were let go. When they let us go, I remember feeling super fucking lost, incredibly confused, not knowing what to do. I was watching Jackass right around that time, and I was like, damn, I fucking love what they do. It's amazing what they do. I don't know that I could ever put my body through that. And I also was a big fan of the Try Guys. I had found the Try Guys not too much before that and had watched a ton of their stuff and just loved their personalities and loved what they were doing. And I then decided in that moment, I feel like the Try Guys meets Jackass, but with women. Let me see if I can fucking make this work. I'm jobless. I thought I was going to have a year of job security. I'm freelance, so I had a bunch of other jobs, but that was my main bread and butter. Let me see. And I called Dorina and I called Steph, who I had known from two different companies. And they both left where they were to come start this company with me. And I think that it was always amazing that we had the Try Guys to point at or Jackass to point at. There was other places that inspired us as well, but I was really, really grateful for them. That in one of my darkest times, they gave me hope. And I think that they stood for that for a lot of people. They were always incredibly entertaining, and they always had such great episodes. Like the World Girls are much raunchier than the Try Guys, but the Try Guys did push the boundaries, and do episodes that had to do with sex, drugs, rock and roll, and I respected them a lot for that. And it helped me a lot knowing that I could kind of use that and used Jackass and a few other channels and make it women, make it powerful, and really try shit. And so I have a lot of love for them. I really don't envy the position they're in. I wonder where this goes from here. And I appreciate them being so open and so honest in their video message, and hurt for them that they are aching so much, because boy, oh boy, do they seem to be fucking aching. Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Let's see what's going on in here. Glenn says, if you choose to continue breathing in golden sparkles, blow out stress and yucky energy, be yourself, glow in your flow. And then he says, everyone listening, say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique, I'm good people, I'm worthy, my story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. That makes me a winner and somebody worthy of having around. Yay, go me. Being unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, as well as being kind, caring, and fully unique, makes you humane, worthy, and a cozy fire to be near. You're shiny, priceless treasure, and an inspiration. I appreciate you, Glenn. And to all of you guys being in here and anybody hurting over this, oh, that fucking sucks. But it's just our thoughts are really with his family, the struggles they're going through, and with the Try Guys and the struggles they're going through as well, and their entire team. What a brutal, brutal fucking thing. All right. That's it, my friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here with me live at the Roxy. I'll be tomorrow live for SEN in the morning, which is on their Patreon, Christian Harloff's. And also, I will be live on my call-in show. That's the app, CALIN, live with Roxy, Wednesday for the World Girls, Thursday, either here or call-in. Friday, Only Stupid Answers with DJ Wooldridge, and then either here or call-in. And on Sunday with the World Girls for our podcast, and then Monday again for our episode. Lots to do, lots of places to go, people to see. Oh, and the big thing on Thursday, you guys can watch as well. Thank you for joining me, and so much love. Stay safe, stay sane. Shout out to Bobby Jackson with that big support. Appreciate you. Oh, and I forgot, Ash gave big support last episode right as we were signing off. He said, since I blew most of my creator budget torturing you, here's the rest for September. I appreciate you guys so much. Your support means the world to me. You are the reason that I'm able to do this. And thank you for being here. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Don't try them with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. And wherever you are on the rainbow, we love you. Don't forget to be kind to each other. Be kind to women on the internet. Be kind to people on the internet, but women get the short end of the stick. All right. Much love, my friends, and I will talk to you later.